Today's video is going to be seated, and this is something I use myself when I travel to teach and I'm on a plane for many hours because your energy stagnates when you can't move. So it's a way to move stagnant energy or blood or qi, which are all synonymous, while you're in an enforced seated position. So let's start with, also, let me just mention tools at the outset. You can get a piece of shell or a rounded stone or even a butter knife or a spoon, the edge of a spoon. I'm fortunate to have some carved elk bone, which is inexpensive and can be ordered, but if you're traveling it might be difficult. So also maybe bring something that's like a touchstone from your native country might be of comfort when you're, traveling to somewhere unknown and want to just have something familiar. So we'll get to that part of the training shortly. We're just going to use our own palms to stimulate energy. This is called paida, and it brings the blood to the surface. So you're going to clap your hands together vigorously, at least 10 times. Let's do the backs of the hands too. Stings a little bit. That's okay, that's good. Rub them till they feel warm. Okay, we're going to work on our hands actually, and I'll just show one hand to make the video take less time, but it's the same thing for both hands. So we're going to twist the thumb so that you loosen up the joint at the base. Some people become arthritic there. And then grab the middle joint and make circles, at least 3, that it's pretty gentle, opening up that joint. And then take the nail bed and twist it, which also gets movement in that thumb base area. And now we're going to go up the sides of the thumb with the fingers, and then just use your nail and make a line up the center, and then give an extra dig into the tip where there are a lot of veins. If you look online, you'll see a lot of veins that end in the fingertips, which gives them more sensitivity. So that's the same for all the digits. The same rotations in each joint. It's tedious, but what else do you have to do when you're sitting on a bus or a plane or a train? And up the sides. You can vary the order. You can start with the pinky. Up the center. Twiddle the nail beds. Rub up the sides and pierce down the center. The nail works good at the tip. All right, so now let's massage the palm, the sides, which are the front spine and the back spine. If you look up hand reflexology, you can find all this information online. So, and then massage it's thin, the skin is thin, there's very little tissue covering these tendons, but massage into them. And rotate, warm the wrist. Okay, good. So the other hand would be the same. I'll do that later. So we are going to do both arms now to show lung meridian. So you're going to go down, bring the yang down to the yin, so it's going to go, it looks like it's going up, but if you put your hand up, it will be going down. So we're going to go on 3 channels, the middle, the front of the side, or the hairy side of the side. And then we're going to go down the yin channel 3 in 3 sections. So it's slapping. The slapping's best done. You can hear the difference in the sound. It'll bring the blood to the surface if you expose the skin. Now, this would be also an opportunity to use your tool. So you can scrape, and you can feel it moving a lot of blood up towards the heart. And down this channel. And you can see that the reddish color will come to the surface of your skin. So it's the same thing. I will do the other arm. You can also use the tool on the hand, just to show the difference. So you can go inside here, up the sides with the tool. However, you can't do the twiddling with the tool. So I'll just do the tool on this side, so this doesn't take as long, but you do the same thing, the same slapping, the same kind of thing on the other side. And you can go across to here. This is part of that same meridian line. Okay, we're going to do the head. The head, now that our hands are more enervated now. So warm the hands again, push them together hard, vigorously, so you generate some heat, and palm the eyes. We can say fade to black. And do 3 deep, relaxing breaths. Be patient. Three slow breaths give you a good duration of time so you don't rush through this. Now we're going to use our pointers and press the blood out of our tear ducts. It's gentle, you don't have to squeeze hard. You can feel the tiny pulse of the blood flow that you're restraining. So again, 3 deep breaths. I'll probably not do the breaths because I'm talking through a lot of this. And when you let go, the blood rushes back. That's the main theory behind this, all of this. And the order doesn't matter. We're going to touch 5 points. So as I gaze straight ahead, it's directly down from the pupil. And this corner here, press the veins closed. And with the thumbs, the top ridge, you're going to feel this is straight above the pupil. As if you're gazing straight ahead, you're going to feel the restriction in blood flow. 3 deep breaths. Constant, same pressure. And then right next to there is another notch, a little bony notch, and you press in there. This is the last one. So you can do 2 eyes at the same time, 2 ears at the same time. Balance the hands again. Push. And slide them over the ears. And you can use your pinky side of your hand and fold your ear over on itself to generate more warmth. Or as an alternate, everyone that's grown up in a cold climate knows this one. If you forget your hat, just rub your ears. Okay. Once the ears are warm, you're going to pluck the lobes. At least 8 to 10 times is what I do. And pluck the triangular bit of cartilage that's in front of the hole, pulling it out. And now go up with your pointer, go up and over where the ears connect to the skull. And then you're going to rub up the outer edge, and this is a little tricky. You kind of hook your fingers over and take your thumbs and go up the backs, and then rub the top like this. Okay, now you're going to rub back and forth. There's a sort of a horizontal space just below the first batch of cartilage. Right there. And then there, just to the rear and below the ear hole, there's a crater, and you're going to rub in circles there. Makes a lot of clicking noises. And lastly, you're going to take your fingertips and pop them. So this is actually really good to relieve pressure when you're going to different altitudes in an airplane or driving through mountainous areas. And then you might notice you hear more acutely. Your hearing opens up from that movement. Okay, we're going to go back and forth at the temples. You can use your nails or your fingertips. And now we're going to root our hands with our thumbs at our temples and pull from center to the temples, and then make circles. And we're using the middle digit of the pointer, like a flat massage tool. I try to do this at least 9 times. A little more is okay. You could do the circles after. Some people do it with the fingertips. I prefer this method. Okay, we're going to do the crown point tap on either side of the highest point on your head. You can use beaks. Touch your fingertips to your thumb and touch your nail bits to each other. Alternating taps. And now we're going to go at the base of the skull, alternating taps. It's towards the sides. Okay. We're stimulating the flow of fluids to the brain tissue by doing this. So that's very important, especially as you age, to keep your brain innervated. We're going to go into the sinuses. So the middle finger is on the smaller sinus. I'm sorry, the larger sinus. The smaller finger is the smaller sinus. So that would be right below your cheekbones, and circle the outside in. Now you're going to take your pointers and stroke downward. This is to encourage the flow of mucus out of your nose so it doesn't drip on your throat, cause you to keep your mouth open to breathe at night, which increases dehydration at night because the saliva dries out from having it breathing through your mouth. So this is very good for all of that, preventing that. And this one I have to explain first because while I'm doing it, I can't talk. So the tip of your tongue is going to go around your front teeth 8 times clockwise and then 8 times counterclockwise. After which, you're going to tap your teeth together 32 times. And then swallow your saliva in 3 batches, and it will generate saliva. So actually, moving fluids is one of the reasons that you do this. So your fluids in your body don't stagnate. You want to keep them circulating. So this will also, you're going to feel the base of your tongue coil on it uses your tongue muscles, which makes it easier to speak, actually. Okay. You want to get the place where your teeth insert into your gum. All right. We're going to travel down the neck, across the palms, just below the wrists, and you're going to pluck like you're playing a stringed instrument. Go from top to bottom. It's the muscles, the tendons covering the jugular vein. So you're increasing blood flow between the heart and the brain. You're stimulating the thyroid gland. This is really a good one. All right, that's the head. We've done the head. Good. All right, we're going to go down to the feet. Well, we'll do one foot. So obviously you have to take your shoe off for this. And the tool can be used or your hand. Let me just show with the hand. So let's take the fingers and squeeze at the base of the toes. Again, and there are charts on Google Images for foot reflexology, so you'll know what points represent which organs, which meridians, and try to get your fingers between your toes, stretch your toes. And just like we did our fingers, twist, and the nail beds to work on this knuckle at the where your toe sort of originates from. If you look at a skeleton of a foot, same thing. Oh yeah, do this too. Same thing, and then gouge into the tip. There are more digits in the other toes, just like in the fingers. Loosening up the toes. If you've been walking a lot, this is very helpful. And if you haven't been able to walk, this is almost necessary. Okay, let's bang the heel. And this is a particularly insulting one. Slap washing your foot is not pleasant, but it does bring blood to it. Let's twist the ankle, go around the ankle. And then find this, well, let's do this side edge. You can poke it with your nail if you want. And then find this tendon. If you flex your foot back, stretch your foot back, you can feel there's a tendon there, and massage along that tendon. It's kind of painful, but it's good for you. And then circles inside what we call the kidney 1, the bubbling well point, which is where that little triangular shape is between the balls of the feet. Kidney point. And of course you can use your tool. You definitely can use your tool on your feet.